Yo, we back with episode 3 of Buckets and Box Offices. I fucked up. I fucked up the intro. All
Nice.
right, look, hold up.
Cold start. He didn't have his Henny yet.
I didn't get my Henny shot. God damn it, I'm flustered as fuck. Yo, we back with another episode of Buckets and Box Offices. I'm LeVar, and I'm here joined by...
What's good is Gabriel.
Yo, it's Randall.
And again, we are the host of B&BO. Okay, so we're going to talk about the NBA buyout market this episode. Next episode will be about what moves have been happening during the NFL offseason thus far, so stay tuned for that. But before we get into the NBA, okay, I want to get something off my chest. Okay, today is the return of a certain anime show, and I'm not going to mention any names, but some nigga from Middletown. All right, he's been hyping up this show for the past year.
Yo, I could tell you, gang, bro. When that drops, bro, I'm telling you, bro, the internet is not ready for what's about to happen.
Let him cook.
Bro, Gabe.
I'm telling you, I'm a
nigga from
supporter.
Middletown, New York, has been hyping up this show for the past year now. And what we usually do, we hop in a PlayStation party and we watch it as a group.
Yeah.
But he wants to watch it with some skink today after hyping up for the past year.
Middletown, you're on notice.
Nah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm a big Attack on Titan fan, bro. I feel like Eren is a goat to me. Like Eren is a goat, undisputed.
Fictional Hitler is a goat to you?
Yo, nah. Because it's like, nah. Actually, scratch that. My goat is actually I have two of them. It's a tie between Erwin and Levi. Like those two are like. I still think she just shows Erwin over Armin, but that's just me.
God forbid there's a World War III. And Erwin was our military general. He could somehow convince me to get drafted.
All I'm gonna say, bro, is if Erwin was there, the Battle of Marley would have been like a few seconds. I swear to God.
All right.
Swear to God.
So NBA teams have been signing players from the buyout market.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Russell Westbrook last episode, so let's just start with that. Russell Westbrook traded from the Lakers to the Jazz, gets bought out, and signs with the Clippers. He's played his first 4 games. How are we feeling?
Personally, I feel like the Clippers really won on this one. I really feel like the Clippers have a more efficient system now, because they always had the defenders in Kawhi and Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson, a very underrated defender. They have Paul George when he wants to be on the court. Like sometimes he just be on and off type shit. Like he's not always like, PG-13, but like he can still ball. But now that they have Westbrook, I feel like that's a piece they can use in combination. Because if you watch the games with Westbrook and Kawhi on the court, the chemistry is amazing. Like for guys that just came together, their chemistry is really smooth.
But the thing is with the Clippers, because I'm a Paul George fan.
Paul George underrated, yes sir.
I'm a Paul George fan. Okay, I know this.
Mm-hmm.
I like everything about Russell Westbrook. I don't care about the turnovers of Russell Westbrook. Okay, that comes with the package. It's just that the way this nigga Draymond Green was guarding him is like,
that confidence is out the window. That confidence is out the window.
This nigga was guarding Russell Westbrook. He was standing like under the rim, like inside the paint.
And the way he explained that too in the press conference, like made his whole logical thinking even better. Because he was like, if you leave him open like that, that's not only messing with his shot, that's messing with his confidence. Like if you're gonna leave him that open, he's not gonna pull it because he's like,
he's boarding up, fucking throwing that bitch up like it was nothing.
Bro, even when he was in Washington, bro, he was like putting up MVP numbers. Like he was a problem in Washington. The problem was he was just with nobody. And then the whole Lakers situation probably killed his confidence because of how the whole internet was reacting toward him.
For sure. And with Draymond Green, too. Draymond Green went on his podcast after Russell Westbrook was traded, and he said, he was a scapegoat for the Lakers, and he said he was getting treated unfairly. This is what Draymond said about Russell Westbrook. And this nigga comes out, like, first few possession and guards him like that? But I would want to fight that nigga, bro.
I mean, on the court, Draymond's a whole different
No,
dude,
Draymond's
bro.
a general.
We know that.
He's very defensively. Like, I give him the respect when it comes to defense. He's one of the best defenders in the league. I would probably
You
say
don't win
that.
Defensive Player of the Year for nothing.
Mm.
He was a defensive player of the year on a dynasty team. Like, that's a very, like, I say dynasty, even though they only won, what was it, 2 in a row?
I don't give a fuck.
They
That's
won
a
4.
dynasty.
They won
That
4.
is a dynasty.
You would call that? Nah, I was just saying, yeah, dynasty of that era, yeah. He was a DPOY on the Dynasty Warriors. Like, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's on the same roster as MVP Curry. Like, he knows what he's doing. And he's not doing shit just to troll him. He's playing very high-level defense.
Yep. So
His
Russell
intangibles
Westbrook,
are just OD. But go ahead. Westbrook.
I was gonna read off some of Westbrook's stats because he's outside of he's played 4 games so far.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of the 4th game, he's actually been
Ooh.
hooping individually. The Clippers have lost all 4.
Yeah, I was
But-
about to say they're 0-4.
I was like, yeah, I'm looking at the Warriors game that they just played. That I was saying they looked good on the court, but he was
this was
8-6.
Yeah, that's it.
Highest score I believe was Kawhi.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not by the biggest margin. I mean, Eric Gordon almost caught up to this nigga.
Even though they lost to the Timberwolves, it says here that he had a pretty good night against the Timberwolves. He had 14, 10 and 7, 10 assists, 7 rebounds in 28 minutes. That's not bad.
Yeah.
So it seems like he seems like he's meshing well.
But can I read out a stat real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, there.
Russell Westbrook as a starter in his last 14 games, going back to the Lakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've all resulted in losses.
I mean, you know what? It's crazy.
Excuse me.
Because Damian Lillard said some shit about this recently too, and it's just like he used Russell Westbrook's situation as a reason as to like why he doesn't want to leave Portland. Because it was like, you can hop around these other teams, but it kind of really don't change your fate in that instance. So it's like, that's why Damian Lillard kind of made like a what's the point kind of thing. That's why you want to say. And granted, that team is still stinking in the West too. But, I understand it. I really do. Because, and I feel like a lot of players have said this. And I feel like it's unfortunately starting to become true. Westbrook, at this point in his career, does not play winning basketball. He'll have really great nights on the stat sheet, and that's great. But I mean, again, I feel like I've said this before too. Stats really don't translate to the overall game. You can look at the stat sheet, and it'll say one thing individually about a player, but I mean, and if you watch the game, they looked good for a bit, and then they absolutely didn't, and it was like really bad.
I could argue that because the margins of these games, except for the Warriors game, these aren't bad margins that they're losing by. They're not.
These are close games.
The Kings game was the Kings game. That's where Westbrook really shined. That's where it showed that he's meshing with this system. 0-4 to start is bad. But it's like it's in the progress that you're seeing. It's that chemistry that's being built. Like, prime example, if you really want to compare it, Westbrook on the Clippers right now is looking better than Irving on the Mavericks, I'd argue right now. 2-5.
I mean, but an 0-4 stretch isn't exactly that
against
much better
two playoff teams. And Warriors, and they're facing MVP. He was also facing MVP nominee and Jokic as well.
Sure, but even Russell Westbrook in the game against the Kings, I can't remember how they guarded him against the Nuggets, but especially against the Kings, they were guarding Russell Westbrook from half court like he was Curry. So I feel like that's the reason why he was able to ball out. And then during clutch time, that's really when Sacramento started sagging off him. Because I was watching that Sacramento game, that Sacramento Kings game. If they played Terrence Mann instead of Russell Westbrook during the clutch, I think they close that game out in regulation. easily. Just based off like spacing and being able to have like an extra like shooter on the court, a respectable shooter on the court.
Hmm.
That's the yeah.
As well, I also want to point out that obviously the loss to the Nuggets was expected. Who on the Clippers could guard Jokic?
Nobody.
Who in the league in general can guard Jokic?
This man, bro,
Yeah,
this man, I'm reading the stat line of Jokic from that Clippers game. He had 40, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists.
yeah, that shit.
Yeah, I think they. I want them to go all the way, man. I really
Bro,
do.
Jokic
I
is
just
a
don't see
unit.
it.
LeVar doesn't want to say it, but Jokic is a unit.
Hold on. I don't want to say it because I'm a hater, but
He, here he comes.
I picked him first overall in my fantasy league, so I want him to ball out. And I'm not about to sit up here on this pod and admit that the NBA is a white man's league. That's not what I'm about to do, bro. It's not what I'm
No,
about to do.
bro.
It's not what I'm about to do.
This is disrespectful to Jokic.
Yeah.
You gotta
Jokic gonna
acknowledge
prove
it.
to you.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna prove it one way or another.
You gotta
Okay.
acknowledge
Ain't gonna lie.
Jokic.
And also, Denver Nuggets. I have money on them. They're my preseason pick to win the
Say,
chip.
why you like? Why? I was about to say, why are you absolutely sitting up here lying to the general public that you don't want to see them win, knowing damn well you put on your slip for them to win the finals? Yeah.
It's the Henny,
my
man.
bad, bro.
It's the Henny, man.
It probably is. It probably is. All right.
It probably is.
Maybe we could probably speculate about whether or not Kawhi is going to request a trade during the offseason. He definitely is.
I want to speculate whether or not John Morant might be the Kobe to Miles Bridges Shaq in China or in the Premier League. I want to speculate that.
Nah, John Moran is really doing some extra shit for even. It's so sad because he could ball, man. Like,
Bro, I didn't. This nigga's so stupid. This nigga's trying to make it back into the hood.
bro, he got out the hood just to try to get back in it, bro.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
I ain't never seen this.
I didn't read that entire story. But what
About the
was
kid?
it? It was something with a finish line employee, right?
So apparently,
Red
for anyone
dots.
listening for anyone who is listening and doesn't know, John Morant is being accused of punching a 17-year-old boy about 12 to 13 times and then going to get a gun and visibly showing it to this kid
With the red dot
as
and
if he's going to
everything.
threaten to shoot him. See, now, I ain't never heard something this outlandish. You know, I'm a liar because Gilbert Arenas brought a gun
I was literally
into
about
the
to say,
goddamn
like,
locker room.
nah, this
But
is crazier than that, bro.
this
Because
is-
he pulled it out on a kid, bro.
on a kid. What? Bro,
Gilbert
see, now,
Arenas was
I
trying to
heard-
silence his ops, bro. This is
Yeah,
a
you
kid.
know, I understand it, but and I heard like not that long ago, you know, he this kid on the basketball court at like a high school game, and I'm like, okay, you know, the kid threw a ball at him. You know, you get what you fucking deserve. But see, now this is crazy. Pulling a gun, pulling a gun out on a kid. John Morant, you're on my fantasy team. You know, this is very outlandish behavior, and I can't have this. And you know, I'm excited to watch the Grizzlies play only exclusively because of John Morant. You're no longer fine in the West if you're in jail, buddy.
Bro, I swear to God, ever since he
This
said
doesn't
that,
slide.
that was the collateral event that caused everything to happen. Like, that was the
The
origin
domino
point.
effect on their downfall
The domino
is
effect.
crazy.
Yes, that's the butterfly effect. Ever since he said that, that's when all the roots started to spring out. They're like, I bet we out.
So I'm reading the story right now. John Morant's mother, she called him after having an argument with a finish line employee, right? And he pulled up to the mall 9 deep with 9 niggas and did all that shit. This nigga's not serious, bro. This nigga's not real,
9 deep
Who
is
is John
crazy.
Morant?
bro.
Is he?
Bro, what shit is Sharp said? He said he making 28 mil just to act like a gangster is crazy.
They say
Powerade deal.
he compared it like to like John Gotti and like fake fictional gangsters like Tony Soprano. Like these gangsters trying to put up the persona that like they're good, like they're legitimate businessmen. This nigga John Morant is trying to is like a legitimate businessman, trying to make it seem like he's not.
OC
Dumbass.
Thugger.
Dumbass. All right,
Genuinely
so
making bad decisions.
yeah, let's move on. Y'all want to talk about the Lonzo injury?
Yes.
Or
Oh
do
my God. If you are
I want to
listening,
cry.
and you know me personally, you know I'm a Lonzo fan. I jacked the Bulls solely because my man's Lonzo's over there, bro. Swear to God. I've been following him since UCLA, bro. I believe in the propaganda that came out with him with all the fucking drama that came out with it.
Mm,
I genuinely think he's a solid point guard. I'll leave it first to
for,
admit LaMelo better though.
for sure.
Like I have to admit that LaMelo better. But I'm a personal Lonzo fan. When I heard that he was out, I'm like, bro, he's gone. Like, there's no way the Bulls are keeping him.
Yeah, so let me break this down because
I'm very sad.
I've the official Chicago Bulls Twitter up right now. So on January 15th, 2022, the Bulls announced that Lonzo Ball won't play in that game against Boston because of left knee soreness, right?
Yup.
5 days later, they update his injury, saying that he'll have surgery on his left knee and he's expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks,
That's
right?
crazy. Can you pull that up, Jamie? Thank you.
So since January 20th, he's been out with an injury that should have taken him 6 to 8 weeks to recover from.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
Dog, it's felt like 6 to 8 years
Bro, I don't
since I've
remember the
seen him
last
playing
time.
a
Bro, the
goddamn
last time I
Bulls
remember,
jersey.
the last time I remember him on the court,
The
bro.
beginning of last season.
Bro, when they was jacking Caruso, like I remember that. That was the last time I saw him on the court.
Had playoff hopes when
Yeah,
Lonzo Ball touched the court.
yeah.
Bro,
Bro,
DeMar, Zach LaVine, Lonzo, that is a very solid three.
yo, that team could not lose, bro. Like
That
Lonzo
Bulls
was
lineup,
exactly what we needed,
he was
and
what they
like it
need.
just
Like he was the perfect
crumbled, bro.
playmaker, bro. People forget what he was doing with Zion in New Orleans?
He had the highest 3-point percentage in the league when he played. Like
Bro, people are
this is
forgetting he's like what he can do, like when he's fully healthy.
Mm.
I never forgot. I've been praying for this man to come back. He just like, bro, what's with I hate to say this. What is with Bulls point guards and knee injuries, man?
It's a curse.
Oh
Some
shit.
something's got to change.
It's a
Something's
curse.
got to change.
I shouldn't laugh, but that's it. That's an insane comparison.
Shout
I
out
didn't even
Knicks
think about
legend.
that.
Nah, like
I,
it's
Hey,
just
man.
like
I
it's a
ain't even-
conspiracy at this point, bro. Like it's
yeah. Not now. Y'all got to rely on Pat Bev for starting minutes.
bro, he might be out for next season. Like he might be dead.
Nah, I
Like
think
I think it's dead for him.
he's not staying in Chicago.
That's what I'm saying. Like it might be dead for him. Like he might actually be gone, and that sucks.
Send him to
In
the
all seriousness,
send him to the Knicks and it's over.
Don't get this man started.
Don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, bro, my roommate in college when I was dorming in St. Rose, he got me up on the idea because he knows like all the like off season shit. Like he knows all that like trade rumors and all that. And he was telling me, yo, you know the Knicks might be going after Lonzo, or like Lonzo might be going into the Knicks. And I was like, yo, bro, don't play with my feelings like that.
They don't even got space for him,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, maybe Jalen Brunson could be the 2 guard.
Jalen Brunson could definitely play this year.
Maybe.
Are y'all saying this in a hypothetical situation that Lonzo's knees actually come back to life?
Chill.
I mean, there's a real possibility that it could be career ending for him.
Like the doctors straight up said they don't know why he's still injured. Even himself, like Lonzo has no idea why he still can't play.
Meanwhile,
Like it was just a couple months ago that he was like, actually doing progress on a treadmill, actually like being able to run again, non-contact like practice, and all of a sudden the injury just comes back. Like it's just like not going away. So the fact that they don't know over there why he's still feeling this way, that is not a good look. I legit do not see a timetable for him coming back at all.
Yeah.
Like that is very
now
scary.
LaMelo's carrying the family now.
Yeah.
LaMelo's carrying the family in the hospital right now with that ankle injury. That boy needs to get a new sneaker deal.
Yeah. That shit is
How
crazy.
long is his? Is it
That's
he's-
probably a minor ankle tweak.
like day to
yet
day?
again. Yeah.
He fractured it. I think he's out. He's out for the season.
Wow,
Are you
really?
dead ass?
Yeah,
Are
Lamelo's
you
out for the season.
you for real?
Like out for the season?
Yeah.
Well, I
I know
stand corrected.
that
Yeah, bro. They,
Yo, oh
that
oh
made me
my
think about
god,
nah.
that is OD.
yeah.
Orange LaMelo out for season, right? He,
Fractured
I
fractured
feel,
right angle. Yeah.
but that one's. I feel like a fractured angle. It could have been worse. Like that, it could have been something worse than that.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Oh, it
Yeah.
definitely
For
could.
sure.
it's not
Non contact injuries are very scary. Those are the worst
not
ones
downplaying
too.
his injury, but like it could have been worse. To be honest,
Yeah.
a fractured foot is like easily able to come back from, like compared to other injuries that he could have gotten.
Mm. Um. What we're gonna move on to?
Um,
Didn't you say you
Mavs.
wanted to talk about Kawhi?
Just whether or not the likelihood of him requesting a trade.
it depends on how the season goes.
Nigga, they're a first round exit, bro. I hate to say it, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If they barely make the play-in, which they probably will, and but if they get bumped on their first they get bumped in the play-in or even in the first round, Kawhi should just leave, bro.
What place
The
goes
dream is
into the
dead.
play-in?
7 to 10
And who it has to be? Okay.
I think they're seventh right now. They did.
right
Yep.
now.
They
They're
signed.
Yeah.
Hold on.
they're
They
they're
signed
seventh.
Russell Westbrook.
hmm
When they signed Russell Westbrook, they were the 4th seed. They dropped to the
Oh.
7th seed.
Yeah, it is not looking good for this man's story right now. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like they'll be fine because, damn,
This shit is nuts.
You know
bro.
what we can talk about?
7 would face 10, right? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Seven
I
faces 10,
I
and
see
then 8
Clippers
faces
beating
9.
Pelicans. Like
No,
Wait, am I lying?
7 faces 8, 9 faces
Yeah,
10.
I was about to say. Yeah,
oh,
yeah. I was definitely capping.
it's Gobert. That's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
That's what the Clippers
Kevin
need.
Durant's debut.
A big man.
Kevin Durant's debut as a Phoenix Sun went pretty well.
Spectacular.
Yeah, I don't need to hate this thing anymore. Happy for that.
Yeah.
The hate is gone.
Yeah.
The hate is gone because he's no longer in New York. Let's get
Remember
this
this.
very
This is
clear.
a very
Mm.
important.
But not for
day.
me though. Not for me though. I never hated KD.
Mm,
On the record.
Yeah, I just looked at it and said, "It is what it is."
mm. I mean,
He got his rings. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Like it was. The Warriors' move was soft. Like I will forever say that. Like you were on a championship team, and you said,
Fuck
"I
it, game is game.
exactly like I make us unbeatable."
Game is game.
Enchanted armor type in the like they were good. Like they didn't need to worry about nothing. But then the problem was he went to Brooklyn, and I feel like that was worst because it's like you legit could have stayed on the Warriors. You legit could have like he was willing to like the cuts could have been made for that.
He beat the story. He just wanted to do some side quests.
But what happened when he was here when they needed him most? Overtime against the Bucks.
You know, to be fair,
First round bounce by Boston.
most of this net situation, the least of it was KD's fault. He did what he could.
It was the neo Nazis' fault.
He did.
It was
He did what he could.
neo-Nazi.
Somebody couldn't lose the weight from the honey buns. The other one just straight up
Whoa.
had some propaganda to just insert for himself. So, you know, I can't blame none of that on KD. What I can say is though, Boston bitched that nigga. Boston did bitch him in that most recent season.
They did.
That, you know, there I have no excuse
Tatum
for
cooked
KD.
him.
That was insane.
That was bad.
Very crazy to watch. It felt like
Tatum was a
you know what it felt
killer
like
that
watching that
entire
series?
playoff.
It kind of felt like watching Mufasa die in The Lion King. That's what that
crazy.
shit kind of felt like. Because, you know, you have such high expectations, and you're just like, damn, like, you know, this is going to be an interesting series. No, the fuck it wasn't. Getting... Oh, my God. Somebody call... Did somebody call Owen? 0-4. 0-4 is crazy when you're KD. And you have Kyrie. That is very crazy.
Yeah, disgusting.
But you know who I blame the most on the Nets for their failure? Ben Simmons, forever and always.
Ben Simmons will get
Ben
blamed for literally everything in life,
Ben
and you know what? I don't
It's
really have a
his
problem
fault.
for it.
Ben Simmons, I'll give him blame for this season, but for last season, I don't think it was Kyrie's fault, 100%.
Yeah.
And the front office's mismanagement of that entire
Realistically
situation.
speaking, yes. Realistically speaking, yes. In my own world, I do blame Ben Simmons for everything.
Yeah, yep. Because that anti-vaxxer wanted to stand strong with his beliefs and
Bro, Eric Adams
take the
changed the
heat.
laws for him just to get
I mean,
bounced.
to be fair, I can't even. It's really none of my business, anyways. I'm not even a Nets fan. But what I will say is that it does kind of give me more respect for Kyrie. I mean, I can't knock it. I can knock something like this if he sucked at basketball, right? But this is him. So whatever he decides to do on his own time, that's on him. I respect him for like standing on his morals and shit. But at least he has the ability to do this and still be good at basketball. It's another story if he wants to do all this take a stand shit for himself and then he's ass. Like Ben Simmons.
Enos Cantor or Enos Freedom.
Yeah.
My
Like
fault.
this man has a bounty on his head from Turkey, all right? That's crazy.
but I'm not gonna sit here and I should probably love Kyrie Irving because he's the reason I believe in my eyes that the Brooklyn Nets failed. But I'm not gonna give that Hebrew, Muslim, Israelite, Native American ass nigga credit for that shit. Fuck out of here.
He, I don't think he likes Kyrie Irving, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, I have a question. I have a
Yeah.
question
You're,
for the class.
you're,
So I saw it on Twitter.
Mhm.
Woke up from a very deep nap yesterday, and it made me beg the question because everybody begged the question. So now I'm really thinking, and I kind of don't know, sort of. But what do we think about Mitchell Robinson saying he's the best center in New York?
Yeah,
LeVar, put your bias to the side.
he is.
best center is crazy.
The- Mitchell Robinson. Who else? Nick Claxton.
we we got
Nick
Nick Claxton.
Nick Claxton.
I'm just saying.
Nick
I'm
Claxton
just
can hoop.
saying. There's a debate.
There ain't a debate. Mitchell Robinson.
LeVar
I
debate.
ain't. It's not a debate, bro. Mitchell Robinson is
You
better.
know,
Yeah,
sorry.
okay. I see. Yeah, I'm looking
I'm
looking
just
at this roster. Yeah, he got it,
Come on, bro.
saying.
and that's not
We
saying a
all
lot
got it.
because there's not a lot of competition. So
He's got-
Nick Claxton is still pretty good. He's still.
is-
You think he might win Defensive Player of the Year?
Jaren
wow.
Jackson might. My money's on Jaren Jackson.
Did they lie about that boy stat sheet?
Nah, nah, I don't believe that narrative.
Crazy though,
But
wouldn't it?
but I think
Those who don't know what we're talking about, there was a conspiracy some time ago in the season where apparently the stat keeper for the Grizzlies was absolutely inflating this man's stats. So over here is saying that he's averaging my career stats on the defensive end. So it may be false. Most definitely might be false,
yeah,
but I would like to entertain the idea that they were actually doing that. Because checking his defensive stats the other day, I was like, what the fuck? That he might just be a cheat code for real. That is insane.
he's insane. But Nick Claxton won't win Defensive Player of the Year just based off where his team is gonna end up out of the plan.
Yeah, just might.
But yeah. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson is definitely the best center in New York. Ever since he's come back, he's been averaging a double double. Get the
Will he
fuck out
stay
of here.
healthy is the real question.
Yeah, that's the only issue. When he's on the court, he's the best center in New York. There's no question about it. And this is without bias. This is without bias.
Fair. Very fair.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Quinn Snyder moving on from the Jazz.
Nate
How we
McMillan
feeling?
getting fired. I like the Quinn Snyder hire, But Nate McMillan getting fired for the same reason twice, like
That's
they
crazy.
were complaining about how his offense is like archaic and antique, and I'm not buying it because when the Knicks played the Atlanta in the playoffs, nigga, they that offense baked us. That old
Yeah.
1990s offense fucking put us in the ringer. God damn it! And you telling me that we lost to that? The fuck out of
Yeah.
here, bro.
Welcome to New York Knicks basketball.
Bro, whatever, bro.
Well,
You
if
gotta
there's
take the
a
good with the bad.
yeah,
Sure.
I will say though, if there is a coach that could possibly bring the Hawks out of hell, it might be Quinn Snyder.
A dead might.
I mean, for fuck's sake, he's somehow gotten the Jazz to the top of the rankings in the West for like the past couple seasons. I don't know how. At the end of the season, I keep on checking the rankings, and I keep seeing the fucking Utah Jazz there, just for them to be like a second round exit at best. So I don't know what he was cooking over there in Utah, but maybe he could cook in Atlanta.
Bro, is
But not that I want to see the uprising of Atlanta for yet again another time. But you know, hopes, I guess,
yeah,
for Atlanta fans.
the thing is he deserves a lot of credit for what he did with that Utah roster because you
He
could
does.
see as soon as Donovan Mitchell had a off night, that offense stank. As soon as Rudy Gobert got exposed in the playoffs because they took him out of the paint and put him out the 3-point line to guard a corner shooter, that defense stank.
I mean, that chemistry was on the tipping point too for a very long time. You
Yeah,
could just tell.
yeah. So kind of sucks to be them, but fuck Utah. Like I said last episode,
Like the beam. I just
like
want to
the
say like the
beam,
beam real quick. That's
like
it.
the
I just want to say like the beam. That's it.
yeah. Shout out Sacramento.
Mhm.
Mavericks. Mavericks are 2-5 since they traded for Kyrie Irving. How are we feeling about that?
They are set
I'm gonna let
offensively.
it cook.
They are set offensively, genuinely. What they need is stronger defense, though. That's all they need.
I mean, they gave up DFS, man. That hurts.
Their defense is not
That
as
does hurt.
solid as their offense. Their offense is definitely 10 times better than their defense. Because Luka can do it all. Kyrie can score, but these are like defenders that aren't at a level that can guard highly each and every night.
Granted, don't get it confused. Luka's actually a good defender.
Yeah,
We
he
don't
is.
give him enough credit
He
for that.
is.
He's
But
But
average.
but they do need more.
don't do that.
They
Don't
do
do
need
that.
more.
Don't do that, Var.
Yeah.
Don't
Luka,
Isn't he average?
don't do that.
Isn't he averaging damn near two steals a
Don't
game?
do that.
Lu-
Don't
Luka?
do that. Yep.
Luka's not Luka.
Like a steal and a half.
Luka was an average defender last year in the playoffs. Because just to
This
get,
year.
I mean, I'm presuming that he's taking some time off on the defensive side of the ball because it's just a regular season and he's had such a huge workload on the offensive side. So I'm thinking come playoff time that he can do some things. He can do some things.
Yeah, he's averaging a steal and a half right now in this season.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
He's just a
Yeah, Luka's
hater.
But
He's just a hater.
listen, bro, it's the propaganda that it's a white man's league. LeVar don't want to give nobody credit.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
I'm still deciding whether or not I want to come on this podcast and push agendas or just, spit facts.
You don't know if you want to go full Black Panther on the podcast.
You're a
Mhm.
Knicks fan right now. This is an agenda in and of itself.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Whenever it comes to New York conversation, he's always gonna have his bias. He's gonna say Nas not biased, but we all know from the heart is biased.
Mitchell Robinson is.
I can't lie though. I can't even say it's an agenda right now. The Knicks might actually be on the come up.
Knicks run New York now or forever. I don't care.
I like this team. I like this team though. I like this team.
It's a solid ass team.
It is.
In the back of my mind, I really do not want to give this man Julius Crandall credit yet. I don't.
Did he just drop like a 40 bomb?
46 last week.
He did.
46 last week.
These are great performances, but man, playoffs.
It
Speak on shit until the playoffs come, man. Like if on a regular season, Julius Randle has become one of the best regular season players in a very long time. But god damn it, the playoffs. And that's why I don't want to say nothing, man. Because I feel bad for y'all Knicks fans over here getting your hopes up, and then Julius Randle just becomes the fucking avatar in the first round. So on a
Uh,
regular season note, I will give him credit. I don't get his style of play, but it works. It just works.
hmm.
He's not the most efficient shooter at all, but stats, stats, I guess.
Yeah, stats are there. Stats are there, man. The stats are there. 27 points per game with like 11 boards over his last
Yeah,
30
man.
games since December
A couple
20th.
dimes away from averaging a triple double for real.
Come on,
That shit is
man.
crazy.
Come on, man. New York is back, baby. New York is back. All right. So y'all wanna God damn it. What the
I just checked, just out of sheer curiosity, at the standings. Why is nobody talking about the fact that Milwaukee is on a 16 win streak and they're still having troubles with their 3-man roster?
I feel like everybody's been talking about it. Every time I go on Twitter, I see everybody talking about it. But
But I feel like it's just because of the fact that it's the Bucks. No one gives a fuck. I mean, they're gonna do what they do.
yeah.
So it's like
They still have Giannis. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Drew
It's
Holiday
crazy how
too.
he's averaging like MVP numbers like consistently the past like 4 seasons.
Best player in the world.
Yep, him, Jokic, and Embiid. It's a big man's league.
Foreign basketball is taking over.
Yeah, man. It's the NBA Euro League.
Yep, for sure.
I be
For sure,
I be
bro.
forgetting Joe Ingles is on the Bucks too. That's crazy.
I always remember him as a jazz player. Like
I mean, he was the Jazz player.
he had the chop. That man could let it fly.
Oh God, that Australian man is different.
In the corner, it was if you left him open in the corner, that biggest mistake.
You leave him open anywhere, man. He's just a shooter. The strap.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is there anything else we gotta talk about?
Oh
Yeah.
fuck it. Let's just do what if scenarios. Why don't we? Damian Lillard this week just dropped 71 fucking points. So now, I don't think anyone in this league, with the political climate of this NBA, I don't believe anybody's breaking Will Chamberlain's record unless it goes into like a quad OT game and it's life on the line for whoever the fuck is that's gonna break it. But do we think that anyone anytime soon is gonna break Kobe's 81? There's been close calls.
If anybody will, it'll be Dame. And it's probably maybe I'm only
Do we
thinking
think Devin
about
Booker's get it? Do we think DB is gonna get anywhere close again?
now with Kevin Durant.
I feel like if KD wanted to, he could.
He definitely, but he doesn't play that way. He doesn't play that way. Well, 81 is crazy.
Luca could too.
Yeah, I was about to say Luca.
Luca could most definitely. I feel like if he keeps progressing, Jason Tatum could.
My problem with Jason Tatum is that there's just a lot of production on that team too. Like so long as Jaylen Brown and everyone else is seeing the court, I don't see it really happening. 50, yeah, because he's done it multiple times. But 81, it'll really. I mean, obviously, it'll take the perfect night for anybody, but it will really have to be the stars aligning for Jason Tatum if he wants to break that.
For sure. I'm trying to think. I might do like a dark horse selection here and say like Anthony Davis or somebody. I don't
I'll
know.
get an Anthony Davis tattoo if he ever does that shit.
Yeah. Yo, bro, this nigga when healthy has an argument to be the best player in the world, man. He does.
Speaking of that, y'all saw what Shaq said
About who?
about Anthony Davis?
That he's
Nah.
washed.
Yeah, Shaq said he's just not it anymore. He's done.
Oh shit. This nigga was crazy. Niggas was saying that during the off season.
Yeah, that shit was nuts. And then he was over here saying how holy shit, who was it? He was telling Anthony Edwards like, your greatness right now is good and all, but you gotta be a part of their greatness for a long time. You don't want another Jeremy Lin situation to happen.
Bro,
How we feel about that?
he
Because Loki,
just started.
that shit was very crazy to me. Because I was like, wow. I was like, Jeremy Lin did not deserve the jab. But
Jimmy
in
said,
reality,
"Why
I
the fuck
mean,
you fuck me? Why you say fuck me?"
yeah.
Like, he just started. Like, where is that coming from?
Yeah, I don't know. And then
Sophomore year or is sophomore year or is
it's
it his
his third. It's his third.
junior year? Yeah. Okay.
But Shaq and Chuck were talking about Joel Embiid, and they always say that Joel Embiid gotta stay aggressive, and he just gotta
Yeah.
dominate. And they say that about this nigga every year, bro. And this nigga's averaging 30. With like he's averaging a 30-point double. Like
The
they
thing about Philly
always
is I
say
don't
that.
even know what
Damn,
to ask
bro.
of them anymore. Like I don't think like what do you ask of Philly at this point?
Joel
Because
Embiid.
it's like it looks like on paper like they got it down. And it's like you really can't ask much more of Joe. I mean, I don't know what more he could do, bro.
He can't.
Like it's just like they can't win.
Can I
Like they just simply cannot go far.
can I just say this?
Yes, sir.
Joel Embiid has taken the 76ers as far as he can possibly take them. He would look
Oh
great
God.
in a New York Knicks uniform next season. That's all I will say. That's all I'll say. He'll look
Get rid of half
great.
of your team and maybe it'll happen.
He will look absolutely phenomenal.
I like the vibes you're
Absolutely
putting out into the
immaculate.
universe. These
Yeah,
are
he was gonna
immaculate
look so
vibes that you're
good.
putting out
You
there.
guys will legit only have a 6-man rotation. And I mean quite literally as in you will only have 6 players on that team
Nigga,
if you try to acquire Joel
What
Embiid.
Thanos said, the hardest choices require the strongest wills.
yeah, yeah. I get man, Julius Randle. I'm sorry, bro. If Joel Embiid is on the table,
You're gone.
pairing that with
I
Jalen
pack
Brunson
it
and
up.
R.J. Barrett. Ooh.
Yeah, pack up RJ too while you at it. Let Obi give
Whoa.
Obi the keys.
Whoa.
Don't say woe to me.
Whoa.
Don't say woe to me.
Don't
If
Disrespecting
if
RJ like that is crazy.
if we gotta
disrespectful.
if we gotta send Julius Randle in a package for Joel Embiid, you might as well tie RJ Barrett to that shit.
Bro,
Disrespecting RJ Barrett is disrespectful.
whoa.
I love RJ Barrett, but
I'd rather see RJ in the Knicks
as an
uniform
honest as an
successfully.
honest fantasy manager that is very upset, agendas to push here. And the agenda right now is that RJ Barrett is slowly climbing out of my likability chart in a Knicks jersey.
Bro, I'm telling you, if you like,
Something's got to give.
if we're still in this what if scenarios type situation, like if Embiid pairs up with RJ and Jalen, that's a problem.
RJ Barrett might actually not average shit. Yo,
I mean,
he might have to polish up on that defense because
Polish out
more
his
than he
defense.
does
He's
right
already a
now.
good defender.
Because I know that's why I said more than he has right now.
He's already a good
But
defender. He's a good two-way.
that offensive production, God willing, Joel Embiid hits a Knicks jersey. RJ Barrett might be averaging a calm 10 per game max. If Brunson and Joel Embiid always have a good
The
night. There's going
disrespect
to
is
be those
crazy.
outlier nights. Listen, bro, I can't trust RJ Barrett. Y'all can't sit here and tell me that you willingly trust RJ Barrett in New York. I don't. I trust him sometimes. Maybe.
he has been incredibly inconsistent.
And that's my biggest
But
problem.
I'm not hopping off that bandwagon, boy. I'm dying on that hill.
Bodman Barrett, your days are numbered.
Man, I'm dying on that hill, man. I'm dying on it.
There's some hills I just don't want to die on. And
And
RJ Barrett, that's one hill
back
that
to
I
what
just can't simply stay there.
Randall was talking about with Joel Embiid. He's currently
Joel.
averaging the second most points per game in the NBA.
Yeah, bro. What more can he do?
Yes. So let me. How much is Embiid averaging right now?
33
30,
points. 33 points.
Change.
33.
Shit.
God damn. Yeah.
Person in the lead right now.
And
It's not Luka,
and
is
it
it?
is Luka. He's not too far behind. Luka's at 33.4.
Dang.
It's not really that much of a crazy difference.
Sad to see, man. Sad to see. But
It's not fair what they doing to him in Philly.
yeah. I mean, I don't believe he would be
I've
the
been saying he
runner-up.
should leave, man.
Yeah, you should have been left. You
He's
should.
wasting
He
years.
should
Granted,
drive a
he's
little
doing great
north.
for his stats, but
Come play Madison
go
Square
somewhere
Garden.
else, bro.
Come play Madison Square Garden.
Imagine the second most iconic
You
arena
gonna
in the
fuck
world.
around and say go a little north, and he might actually go to the fucking Nets.
No,
Yo,
bro.
Yo, bro,
No,
if I'm looking at this Knicks
no.
roster, bro, I'm trading Josh Hart, Evan Fournier,
No,
Emmanuel quickly. Pack it up for Embiid. Pack it up.
whoa,
how did you start
whoa,
off that bad?
whoa,
Josh Hart.
Bro,
whoa.
Josh Hart is not
We
who he was, bro. He's
we
falling off.
Defend RJ
we
Barrett,
are
but not
7 and
defend
0.
Josh Hart?
We are
Yo,
7 and
so you
0
say
with
Josh
Hart
Hart?
on the
So you
roster.
say Josh Hart is better than RJ Barrett?
For the team, he's better for the team.
Yes,
I will say
yes,
he's better for the team.
yes.
He's better for the team.
And I'm a RJ Barrett fan saying this. Josh Hart is a better player than RJ Barrett, bro. He's more consistent. He's a more consistent shooter.
The consistency, I'll agree. Yeah, okay.
Whatever he needs to do on the court is better than whatever
RJ just
he's
needs
doing better at it than what
consistency.
RJ needs to do on the court.
RJ just needs to be. That's crazy. RJ just needs his
It's true.
consistency. That's all he needs.
Yeah, honestly, if RJ Barrett becomes a consistent scorer, it's over for the league because that'll be when the Knicks become unbeatable. So there is.
When will it be?
I don't know, bro. He's only 22 though. I got 4 or 5 more years until he reaches his prime. I got time, man. I got time. I'm not hopping off this bandwagon.
That prime does happen, and it's gonna take some time. But right now, man, I can't sit here and vouch for RJ for too long. What I will say is, let it cook. We will just have to let it cook.
Yep.
Just want to say shout out to my roommate. I just want to say shout out to my roommate Miguel. He's the one who's been putting me onto this Knicks fever. So shout out to him.
Miguel,
Knicks fever is crazy.
Knicks day, baby.
He's the one who got me on the
damn
Knicks
music.
Bro, I swear to God, every time, bro. I lived with him for 2 years in a dorm. Man, nobody talks more Knicks than him. He's a Knicks fan, and he got me on that fever. So shout out to him.
You know this by now. If you're a real Knicks fan, you can't shut up about it.
Yeah, man. It's so abusive. It's so abusive emotionally. It's so abusive being a Knicks fan because we don't have this problem with the Yankees or the Giants, man. We don't.
Yeah, you do.
No. It's different.
The Giants have problems, gang.
Whoa. The Giants have won 2 championships in my lifetime.
Oh my God.
They have
this string that you're holding on to right now is like yellow and breaking at the seams.
Whoa.
But actually, you know what? I can't say nothing because the Giants are looking good now. The Giants are looking good now. I can't say that.
No, bro, compared to the Jets, no. The Jets are better.
What are you talking
the Jets
about?
are becoming better than the Giants.
You better wait until they get a QB to say that again.
No. Once they get rid of Zach Wilson's whack ass, like the Jets will be fine.
Tell me when that's gonna happen, and then I'll get back to you on that take. Because right now they don't even know who their starting quarterback is for next season. They're still over here pandering with who the fuck they're gonna sign between Aaron Rodgers and Craigslist Aaron Rodgers. So I can't say nothing about the Jets. The Giants, I can say, yes, they're still looking good because they are actually coming to a finish line as to whether or not they're going to keep Daniel Jones and Saquon. So that right there is good. The Jets, fix this shit.
You're speaking as if you know Saquon's going to be healthy this entire season. His health has been very
I don't
consistent.
doubt that he's going to fucking die again. I mean, he finished off last season real strong.
Like, Right now, I could probably Jets are better than Giants, and I'm not saying that as a Patriots bias.
I can't agree with that. They didn't finish better than the Giants last season. They had promise, but I mean when you lose seven straight games,
rookie offensive player,
seven straight games,
and rookie defensive player of the year, their futures are beautiful.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Sauce Gardner shouldn't have won that shit. I'll stand on that. Sauce Gardner should not have won that shit.
That's
I don't
cap.
even. It's not
That's
even.
cap.
You know what?
That's cap.
No, he should
Read the
not have won
numbers.
that shit.
Read the numbers.
No.
Read the numbers.
Don't care.
Read the numbers.
Don't care.
Read the numbers.
Tariq Woolen probably should have gotten that shit. To be honest, I would have actually.
No.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I probably
no.
would have given it to Aiden Hutchinson. Too.
Oh, that's crazy.
Nope, don't care.
That's
crazy. Nope,
that's crazy.
Aiden Hutchinson is slept on, and for some, and it's only because he's playing for Detroit. It is only because he's playing for Detroit that barely anybody talks about Aiden Hutchinson. And the same for Tariq Woolen because the Seahawks aren't marketable. The only thing marketable about them was the fact that Geno Smith got comeback player of the year. And that is the only reason why the Seahawks have been getting talked about. And that kind of sucks.
Crazy.
But no, it's true though. No one ever talks about Tyler Lockett. DK Metcalf is barely ever in the top 5 wide receiver discussion because there's way too much talent, which I understand. But no one ever talks about the Seahawks, mainly because they finished off mid. So understandable. But Tariq Woolen had a conversation. And speaking from a place of hate because Sauce Gardner wore a cheese hat and embarrassed my team, yes. But I will say this. I really do believe he probably should not have won it. Was there a discussion?
I knew this was a cheese head. I knew this was a cheese head.
I'm just saying, Sauce Gardner, some time to cook, he might be just a little too overhyped.
That's crazy.
A little too overhyped. A little bit.
DPOY disrespect is crazy.
Don't want to hear it.
That's crazy.
Awards are one thing.
That's crazy.
One thing, but I'm just saying.
Read the numbers. That's all you got to do.
This ain't the second coming of Revis Island like people may be talking about it like it
Read the numbers. That's all you got to do.
All right, we delving into football now, so let's just end the episode and continue this conversation off air. Buckets and Box Offices. I'm LeVar.
I'm Gabriel.
It's Randall.
And we out.
There you go.